Hello, guys. Welcome to another podcast of Roberto
And Raffaele.
Fantastico. Okay, guys. So today we're going to talk a little bit about the differences of real estate in our country, in Italy and America, and we're going to talk about a little open house, the way we set them up here, and if they are prepared in Italy as well or not. Raffaele, what do you think, Bello?
Hello, guys. I don't have much experience with real estate in Italy. I have a friend that does real estate in Italy, and definitely, you can notice the difference. I think the way real estate is approached in Italy. I don't personally own a property. We live in a low-income housing, so but the good thing is that also the cities are built different. You don't have suburbs like here. So when we're gonna talk about the open houses, we're gonna see that in Italy is a little bit more difficult. And I mean, I know Roberto, you told me that you actually own a property in Italy and you sold it. So
Yeah,
if you can tell me a little bit, what was your experience during that time?
yeah, for sure. So the first things first, as we were saying with Raffaele, in Italy we never see open houses. They never happen. It's just almost impossible to do because all the streets, like a lot of small villages, a lot of small towns, and it's really difficult to find an address if you don't know where you're going. So even it would be almost impossible to place the sign and everything else. So it's almost non-existent, the open house in Italy, unfortunately, because it's a great way to market a home. The experience that I had, recently sold my apartment, and it was in a beautiful little village, super cute, historical, and it took me almost 2 years to sell that thing. So even the time stretches a lot in Italy. It takes much longer to sell a property in our country, and yeah, because of the price point too. What do you think, Raffaele? That's another thing. The way everything works, even the bureaucracy, right?
I I think, yeah, I think also, I mean, if we want to consider also practicality, it's not very practical to park in Italy. If you want to think about all the people just like driving around and trying to
Yeah,
stop
exactly.
at an open house, it would be very difficult for people to just stop by. I know that they do them sometimes, but I think the big agencies, or I'm not sure exactly for the reason why they choose to do them sometimes, but here is the thing. I mean, here is like
Yeah,
especially for,
it's the norm here.
yeah,
In
it's
Italy,
like,
is an exception. Maybe in the big cities like Milan, Rome, and maybe like this wider streets with parking lots and or private parking. But in my village, for example, in my town and the towns around where I live, it would be pretty much impossible to do it. Very hard. Very hard. Anyway, so and even the bureaucracy, the documentation, everything that you need in order to buy or sell a home is much harder in Italy, right, Rafa?
no, definitely bureaucracy. It's I mean, one of the things that
We're
that
famous
one
for,
of the big, yeah, one of
like
the,
pasta and lasagna.
yeah, well, probably the one of the most negative sides of living in Italy. And there's a lot of positive. One of the biggest negatives for sure, bureaucracy. And but yeah, I mean, let's see. Also, let's talk about a little bit the open houses that we do here, how we prepare them, and and the reason why we do also open houses.
Yes.
So tell us, Roberto, why we do open houses.
Like every real estate agent knows, we do open houses. We do everything in life basically 24 hours a day. As you become an agent, you're like Superman. You're like a 24-hour day. You're a Superman. You're like an agent. So you gotta try and find leads, try and hustle out there and get in touch with people, talk to people, and see if you can, find somebody who wants to sell or buy a home. That's what it's all about basically. And this is the only reason why we do open houses. Of course, we get to know the city, but the main reason that I do it anyway is to find leads, to find people that you want to connect with and you might get a deal with, right?
Yeah, I mean, even listing agents, they know that. I mean, because they do them probably themselves, that they know that the main focus is to get buyers, or to get leads, or to get new customers, new clients. But they also know that, and basically it's a good way also to market a home a little bit. And so that's a give and take. Definitely it's more for the actual buyer's agent, let's say the guy that hosts
Yeah,
the
yeah,
open
yeah,
house.
definitely.
But more than that, I mean,
It's a win-win, man. Basically, at
it's
the
a
end of the
win.
day, it's a
Yeah.
win-win for everybody, every party involved. So everybody's happy. But a lot of I realized that a lot of listing agents they don't like to do open houses. I believe maybe that comes with experience. As you become more experienced, and you are busier. You become busier with your business. Maybe you don't have the time or you don't have the patience to do them anymore, because it takes a lot of organization. It takes patience. It takes setting it up. It's not just go get the key, open the door, and welcome people in. It doesn't work that well, that easily. It's a little more complicated than that, right,
Yeah.
Rafa?
Yeah, definitely. And we want to talk about the most awkward part of the open house, which is like putting the signs in the middle of the street.
Hey, sometimes they throw them away or they kick them. It
Yeah.
happened to me a few times.
And when, big intersections, you just gotta go through, in the middle of the traffic and put the signs up. So that's definitely the most crazy and awkward part of the open house. But everything else is easy, at the end of the day.
It just takes time, basically. That's it.
Yeah, exactly. Just preparation and just like knowing that you're on stage. Whoever comes in, it's gonna be basically an interview. I think it's gonna be mostly like a job interview to
Yeah.
get the buyer. Of course, sometimes you get just curious people. You get people already represented by other agents. So it's not the holy grail of the real estate,
No,
but
for
it
sure.
helps. I mean,
It does. Yeah, it definitely does. And it helped me a lot because I got most of my business from the open houses, so it
same.
helped me a lot. So I will keep on
Same.
doing it until forever, until the day I die. Capish? Anyway, guys, we don't want to take too much of your time, but I wanna approach one more thing. I wanna say, how do you set up your open houses, Rafa? What do you do the days prior to your open house?
Well, I mean, the main thing I study the neighborhood. If it's a neighborhood that I don't know already, and I ran the comps. I think those are the two most important things. I ran the comps. Basically, I see how well is priced the home that I'm doing the open house at compared to the recent sales, in the same area. So just to make sure, and I also asked the listing agent, if there's anything in particular that I need to know, recent renovations or like HOA restrictions that specifically also for the signs.
Yeah, you don't want them to throw them away from you. Yeah.
So that's it. I try to be prepared for most of the questions, but you cannot know everything. So
Yeah.
if people have more questions, you can always get back to them.
Yeah.
What about you?
Yeah, that's exactly what I do too. I asked the listing agent if there's anything in particular they would need to know about the house, and then the HOA, yeah, about that kind of stuff, and also if there's solar panels, if they're paid off, or if there's a lease, or if it's a loan. These things are important. People always ask about this kind of stuff, and sometimes for the solar panels, it can be an advantage for a home if they're paid off, but if they're not paid off, sometimes it's almost like a fault. It's not something that people like to have solar panels if they're not paid off.
Yeah,
What do you
we can talk about solar panels in another episode as well. I mean, unless
Yeah.
the solar
that's
panels company, they're gonna come after us for
Yeah.
for
we can
not-
sponsor
Yeah.
the podcast, yeah. But anyway, you guys, yeah, we're gonna cut it short for today. I think this is good enough for today. We don't want to take this too long. We don't want to make this podcast too long, right, Rafa?
Yeah, I mean, there's so much that we can talk and we can continue, in the next
Yeah.
episodes.
Yeah, let's do that. And for today, we're gonna say over and out, and we're gonna go ahead and do a thing for today. Keep hustling out there, and we're gonna see you next time, guys. Okay, next week. And if you want us to talk about anything in particular, Rafa, what do you have to do? Tell them.
Just put it in the comments, and we're gonna read them. We're gonna read them all, and we're gonna talk about, whatever talk, because we want to talk about something that you guys want us to talk about. We prefer doing that.
Exactly. It can be about stuff in the United States, but if you want to hear about the way things work in Italy, we can do that too. No problem at all. That's why we're Italians. We have a foot in both nations, in both sides of the world, and we can do that for you guys. Okay, we can talk about anything. All right, and so we'll see you next time.
See you next time, guys.
Ciao.
Have a wonderful weekend.
Arrivederci.
Bye. Ciao, ciao.
Ciao belli. Ciao ciao.